ribbon cutting ceremony for Moore County Schools' newest elementary school, Aberdeen Elementary. Yeah, give it up. Long waiting. It is my pleasure to, I'm Bob Grimacy, Superintendent of Moore County Schools, and it is my pleasure to open today's celebration by recognizing our local elected officials who are in attendance today. And I want to start with members of the Moore County Board of Education, and if you all would, when I call your name, wave or do something. Maybe come, maybe like a beauty pageant or something. Just kind of come here and wave to everybody in the front of us here, and also I'll clue the Aberdeen County Commissioners to get ready. You're next, or any county commissioners that are present. All right, first of all, Miss Stacy Caldwell. Stacy, there she is. Very good, very good. All right, let's see if representing our Aberdeen area, Mr. John Weaver. How do you do it, Mr. Weaver? All right. All right. And our Vice Chair, Ms. Pam Thompson. And Ms. Helena Wallen-Miller. And this ought to be a real treat, Mr. Ed Dennison. Yeah, he meant to say, you're seeing him from the backside, that's the good side. All right. Ms. Betty Wells-Brown, there she is up here. Betty. And our chair, Libby Carter. Ms. Libby Carter. There. And now our Aberdeen Town Commissioners and our Mayor. Let's start with Elise Goodwin. Ms. Goodwin, there she is, over here. Got all the commissioners over here to my right, I believe. Teresa Beavers. Ms. Teresa. Mr. Brian Bowles. There he is. Ms. Wilma Laney. There's Wilma. Mr. Joe Danley. And before it gets too emotional, a gentleman who really, this is a particularly special day for our Mayor, Robbie Farrell. He won't even stand up. From the county commissioners, I've only got two names here, and if there's anybody else, we'll pause and let's see if anybody's hiding on me. First of all, Mr. Jerry Dakey, representing this area. And the chair of our county commissioners, Mr. Frank Quiss. And although not elected, he deserves a recognition today. Our county manager, Mr. Wayne Best, got the hat on. Dora. Were there any other commissioners that snuck in on us there? Okay, and I guess some other names will come up. Are there any, sometimes Representative Bowles appears from nowhere on these things. Is he here today? Okay, we'll just recognize that. I'll give him a call to make sure he got the message. Let's see. And also, I would like to recognize our Chief of Police for the town of Aberdeen, Carl Colasaco. Carl, welcome. And also the chairman of the bond campaign that made today all possible, Mr. George Little. George. Well, thank you everybody again for being here. It is our rule in Moore County Schools that we always wear masks. This is the first time, though, that we've been outdoors for an event, and we want to make sure everybody could hear what we have to say on this special day. So we've got everybody so appropriately social distance up here. And for any children that are around, Dr. Bob will be putting his mask on as soon as he's done doing his part here. But we do continue to respect that and take it all very seriously. It has been my privilege to introduce our guests, and now it's my greater privilege to invite two of our Aberdeen Elementary School students to kindly lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Poole, you've organized that. Have those folks come forward. I'll put my mask back on here since there's no way to do this without us being a little bit closer. Flag is off here in case you have to.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very well done, students. Let's give it up for yourselves. I hope we got some good pictures because someday when you all are grandparents, your grandchildren are here, you'll be able to show them something very special. Well, thanks to our students, and now I'd like to invite I'm not going to invite him, he's already here. I'd like to recognize the very first principal of this new state-of-the-art school, Mr. Dante Poole, to offer a few remarks. But before he does, I just want to use this occasion to recognize Mr. Poole's own contribution to the opening of this school. A ribbon-cutting ceremony recognizes the opening of a building, but it takes leadership and love to turn the building into a school, and even more important, to turn a school into a family. Dante, you and your staff, and your students, and your parents have done just that. While John Bradman and I paid attention to the bricks and the mortar, you all have been about the business of taking the family of Aberdeen Primary and the family of Aberdeen Elementary and bringing them together as one. We want to thank you and everyone else associated with this family for all of your extra hours, all of your detailed planning amid a extra special challenge, I might add. It's not just any school year, as everybody knows. Your detailed planning, your creative problem solving, the sleepless nights, and above all, the loving devotion that you have invested into the conversion of this beautiful facility into a school, and for your vision for a school that houses you. Ladies and gentlemen, Dante Poole and the Aberdeen Elementary School.
Well, good morning, Aberdeen School community. As is our tradition, when Aberdeen Elementary School gets together, we always begin with a Tiger Declaration. And because it's new to some of you, I have asked a few students to come and join me. Y'all can come down. And they're going to help us recite it in call and response style. Okay? So for those of you who don't go to church, the way call and response works is, we say it and you repeat after us. We call, you respond. Now we're going to say it loud and proud so that our neighbors can hear us. Are y'all ready? I am somebody. That was it. Okay. We're going to start one more time. You sure you're ready? Okay. I am somebody. I was somebody when I came. I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am responsible for the education I get here. I have things to do. People to impress. And places to go. I am powerful. And I am strong. Because I am somebody. Oh, come on, give yourself a great round of applause. You don't have to stay up here anymore. They're like, oh, please let us go. I want to welcome you to the official ribbon cutting ceremony for our new school. When I joined the Aberdeen School back in 2014, how long I've been here, I had no idea the journey ahead of me. Didn't know that it would lead me to this location today. This building is an amazing facility with so many details that honor the history of this great community, but it also to a bright future for many generations to come. Their future is full of potential based on the foundation of promises we make as we cut this ribbon, probably launching our intention into action. So it's not enough to say our students deserve a new building like this. It's not enough to say yes to a bond referendum that made funding of this state-of-the-art facility possible. It's not enough to break ground, or to lay each brick, to run miles and miles of wire and pipe, to erect walls, or hand-pick interesting lighting fixtures, or to choose paint or color schemes and furniture. It was not enough to cut this ribbon to celebrate a job well done and pat ourselves on the back and talk about what we did to make this building possible. And it's not enough because we still have a promise to fulfill. We made a promise to our future that we would leave places in which we live and learn and laugh and love in better condition than we found it. This building isn't the promise, but it serves as a symbol of our promise. So my hope is that 20 years from now, we are even more proud of the great people who created and educated here, who went to have an impact on the world. This year, we developed our new school mission, and it goes like this. It's to build relationships that engage, inspire, and empower students so that they will be confident to pursue and lead in any future they dream. That's pretty powerful. And so a building like this makes you stand a little taller with some confidence. Its design lends to relationship building and engagement, but more than that, there are people assigned to this space who will inspire and empower our students to not only pursue their dreams, but provide leadership to any future they dream. We call those people teachers, custodians, specialists, teacher assistants, counselors, bus drivers, cafeteria workers, artists, musicians, advocates, office staff, administrators. We call them the amazing team at Aberdeen Elementary School. And the future of our students is as bright as our commitment to keeping that promise. So let today be a day that we mark as both a celebration of this new school, but also as a declaration of our intent to continue to invest in the lives of our students in ways that will give them a much better start than any of us could have ever imagined. As a staff, we have a declaration that says that we are a dynamic group of educators, here by choice and not by chance. We are not satisfied with the status quo because our students deserve better. We are motivated, innovative change agents, and we believe that our school is a great place to work and learn because every child, every day, is a Tiger day. And this is the caliber of the adults in this building. It's one of the things that makes Aberdeen Elementary such a special place. I want you to know that we're pouring out our lives every day to ensure that children are placed in the care and we're giving them the best that we could ever give them. We invite you to join us in this work to make this one of the most amazing places for a child to be. This is Tiger Nation. We are Tigers together. Well, Libby, I'm sorry, you got to come and say something after that. But it's your turn.
up to live up to the standard of enthusiasm that he brings to work every day. But thank you. And I can be just as emotional. Yeah. Yes. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you here today on behalf of the Moore County Board of Education. We are so excited to be with you to celebrate the opening of our newest elementary school. Many of you were here with us in late November 2018. It was a sunny but windy and very frigid day when we broke ground on this school site. It was just 6 months after voters cast ballots in overwhelming support for a $103 million general obligation bond. Today, in this much more pleasant weather, we celebrate the first of these 3 new elementary schools with this official ribbon cutting for the new Aberdeen Elementary. This brand new state-of-the-art school consolidates 2 aging campuses dating back to 1949 and offers our children an environment in which to learn, play, and grow in a 21st century world. I want to say a special thank you to all the individuals who worked so diligently to support the passage of that special campaign, and especially to a group of ladies affectionately known as the Bond Women. Without their efforts, this building would not have come to fruition. Now I invite the Chair of the Moore County Board of Commissioners, Mr. Frank Quiz, to offer a few words. Thank you.
I'm sorry. No one said anything about a time limit. But I'm just getting warmed up here. Well, this is really a great day. I'm very pleased. Jerry Dakin, Commissioner, please join me up here if you would. We're a team. We're together to be here today. It is my pleasure to represent the Board of Commissioners, but I'd like to really begin with a big thank you for the citizens of the county that showed up and voted for the passage of the bond referred to. That made the construction of this school and 2 others possible. And what a beautiful school it is, situated right here on the Carroll Parkway. Congratulations to the Moore County Board of Education, Superintendent Grimacy, Mr. John Barath. I haven't seen John. There in the back. And his team. They're proud of this school, its teachers, its staff, and celebrate the opportunity for learning in such a well-designed and well-constructed building. Now I'm going to go off script just a little bit. This has been an exceptional week for Aberdeen and all of Moore County. It was just 7 days ago, almost to the hour, that the announcement was made that the United States Golf Association would be creating a second headquarters in Pinehurst, just a few miles up the road. You've all read about that in the paper, and it's certainly good news for the long-term economy in our communities. Also, last Thursday, the United States Secretary of Agriculture was in Moore County to announce funding for broadband service for northern Moore County, primarily in the Robbins and northwest section of Moore County. This will bring broadband to over 3,000 families that need it very, very much. So Secretary Sonny Perdue was here with Congressman Richard Hudson to make that announcement. And that particularly for those folks is really good news. Also, just a couple of days ago, I was informed that sales tax revenue, it's not down, it's up. From June of last year, it's up 15%. Who knew? I see Libby over here taking notes. So that's good news. So 7 days later, and I'm not making any biblical connection, but on the 7th day, we're here celebrating this new school. And with Jerry, myself, Manager Best, and others, having been part of this process from the beginning, I can tell all of you that it's been a privilege and a joy to see folks from all walks of life working together to bring this about. It is truly heartwarming, and it's a credit to our entire community, not only Aberdeen, but Moore County. So I'm proud to share with you what's going on in the last 7 days. It's been truly great. And now, I'd like to introduce the Mayor of Aberdeen, Mr. Robbie Farrell.
As you know, being the last to speak, everyone said what I was going to say. So I guess I'm through. I do have one word that I had in my mind coming here today, and that is finally. We do have a new school in Aberdeen. I want to thank, I've got a whole list of people I want to thank. If you would just give me a second to do that, I would appreciate it. We started out trying to get this school built years ago. I do want to thank, I see all the Aberdeen Tigers out here, Aberdeen Elementary Tigers. I was an Aberdeen Elementary Red Devil. That tells you how long ago that was. So we do want to thank everyone that's here today. I do have a list, and I hope you will bear with me because I want to thank everybody that I can. The Aberdeen Town Council is here, our planner is here. They were instrumental in helping get this off the ground in Aberdeen. And I want to thank all the parents, past and present, that have sent their children to the Aberdeen schools for generations. This is nothing new. We've been having schools in Aberdeen for over 100 years. And we want to thank all of those that have been here and have sent their children here, those that went through the Aberdeen schools like I did. So I want to thank them. I want to thank the citizens of Moore County that overwhelmingly voted for the school bonds that made all of this possible. Without the voters, we wouldn't be here. I want to thank the Moore County Commissioners for supporting the bond referendum. Without them, we would not be here. I want to thank the Moore County Board of Education for recognizing the need for this new school and acting on it, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. I want to thank Dr. Grimsey and his staff for supporting this effort. Without them, we would not be here again. And most importantly, I want to thank the teachers and staff that have waited patiently for this wonderful school to open. With them, this new campus, and with this new campus, there is no limit to the possibilities for the children of the Aberdeen School District. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Tom Hughes from SFL&A Architects to carry out a formal procedure that takes place between ribbon cutting. Mr. Hughes.
Thank you, Dr. Grimsey. I just want to really begin by expressing my most heartfelt thank you and appreciation for the opportunity to have been associated with such a dynamic process and to really work with a group of dedicated and enthusiastic individuals. Dr. Grimsey, Board of Education, it takes a lot of commitment and work to bring them together. And there are so many nuances that need to be met. We like to say that there's one decision for every dollar that's spent. We spent a lot of dollars and a lot of decisions, but I think we really got most of them right. The really exciting part of it is not only do you develop working relationships, but you develop friendships. And the Board of Education, even through the county, the town of Aberdeen, all the people that you can meet and work with to bring the ideas to a realization and really find a fundamental understanding of what this building means to a community, because our schools are the centers of our communities. students. And looking at Aberdeen and the town, we really wanted to give this, because it is singularly the facility. Our schools are the centers of our communities. And we looked back and we tried to capture a little bit of the history. And we really dove into the Scottish settlement and brick masons and how important the railroad was to be able to create that dynamic relationship between Aberdeen and Wilmington, and the pine tar that was used to build the ships, and ultimately the lumber became the most important piece of that. And how all of that could get represented in an architectural concept and design. And working through that with John Barat and his facility, and a lot of commitment to that. LKC, Tim Carpenter is here, civil engineers right here in the town of Aberdeen. So it all sort of came together really dynamic, and my appreciation of being able to lead that charge and create that dynamic. So if you go through the building, when you walk through, you'll see these little clues. We tried to pick up on some ideas of trains and locomotives and lumber and timber, but most importantly, we want to design a school facility that inspires students, because every child is important. And I believe as an architect, we design buildings that can enhance and increase the productivity and performance of our students. And that's where Dante and I really got going, is how do we make this work for kids, students? How do we enhance the productivity and give teachers a more dynamic environment to work within? And that all becomes the synthesis that creates architecture. And that's where I get to really do my thing and bring that to fruition. And this is what we get. And I'm so very, very proud of being able to have been a part of that. To work within the context of what is it in Moore County Schools that makes education so vitally important. And this is the second one, McDean's Creek, and we're going to be rolling into Southern Pines real soon. So this continues to develop an idea of commitment and education and what that means. So when you walk through, understand the sustainability concept. This is a building for the future. I think Dante was very illustrative of that. You know, this is not for just today, but how are we building future generations? This building is highly energy efficient. It uses 1/3 the energy of a typical school building out there today. It is bathed in daylight, because daylight can increase the productivity of students by 20%. There's lots of things going on in this school to make education as important as we all know it is. And so again, thank you for that. I will tell you, if you walk through, look for the clues, find those little nuances, and if you look close enough, you might even see the puffs of smoke from the steam engine. Just walk through. So thank you again. And so I've been through this school so many times that Dr. Grimacy, I hereby present Aberdeen Elementary School to you and the Moore County Schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, and to all of your team, and to Tim and the LKC team, and anyone else who's here today that contributed to this. Thanks to all of you all for your hard work, creativity, devotion, and guidance that you invested in making sure that our students and staff were provided with a safe, state-of-the-art environment in which they could learn and play. As all of us stand here in the entryway of this beautiful structure, a structure built with safety, efficiency, modern day and future learning in mind, I cannot help but to envision the thousands of children, teachers, and staff who will go through these doors in the coming decades. Today we take another huge step in our quest to ensure a fair, equitable, and appropriate education for all children. It also is a step toward the fulfillment of our fundamental belief that successful schools are essential to thriving communities. I am hereby honored to present to all of you, take it from the architect, and present to all of you in generations yet to come, the new Aberdeen Elementary School.